Hello, welcome back. I'm the Armchair Bitcoiner, and today we're going to talk about BIP 119, which has for some reason been showing up on Twitter today for whatever reason. It's been around since 2020, maybe late 2019, I think. It is a Bitcoin improvement proposal, 119. I believe the guy's name is Jason? Jordan, Jeffrey, somewhere. It's this guy. This is the guy. He's from MIT. He's got this proposal about how to create smart contracts on Bitcoin, on the main chain of Bitcoin, which already in that sense is contentious in itself. However, it's not. I mean, if you go through and if you watch this video, it's a short, less than a minute video, and if you go through this website, this is his website, utxos.org, and you see, the proposal, how it functions, like, it's actually a good idea. I actually like it. It allows you, like, let's say, for instance, you are a general contractor and you need to pay a lot of different subcontractors, but you need to pay them all at the same time. Then it allows you to pay all of those different subcontractors at the same time each month, or depending on what your time preference is, when you choose to pay those people. It also allows you and that's one of the functions, but then there's also functions for batch payments. So then you're able to, pay a large group of people at different times. There's just time delay in how you're able to manage the transactions. I think it's useful. I like it. And I do want it implemented into Bitcoin. However, there's two problems that I have with this. One, he wants to do it on the main chain. He doesn't want to improve Lightning, which I believe already has some sort of batch transactions. But he's trying to implement it via a user-activated soft fork, or AKA a speedy trial. Well, I guess I suppose those are the same things. This is BitcoinMagazine.com. And I will also link another video by Andreas Antonopoulos, who basically goes over the controversial aspect of Bitcoin Improvement Proposal 119. It's not the proposal itself, it's how this guy is trying to get it implemented, which I don't think that Bitcoin, should have any sort of additional. I mean, I'm happy with the way that it is as it stands, and we should build layers on top of it, not try to soft fork the actual main chain itself. So I think that's one of the problems with 119, that we definitely, it's not that the proposal itself is bad, it's actually really good. I like it, and I think it would add lots of functionality to Bitcoin. In one of his presentations, he says that he thinks that it will reduce the amount of network traffic on Bitcoin, but from what I could see on his graphs, I did not see an increase in the number of nodes or miners. And over time, the number of nodes and miners will obviously increase over time. So I don't think he has that actually figured into his model. And therefore, I don't necessarily think that 119 would actually reduce the amount of network traffic on the Bitcoin main chain. I could be wrong, but I did not see that, explicitly in his model. So, I did spend some time researching it, but, from what I understand, I don't think that, 119 is a bad idea. I would like to see it implemented on Bitcoin in some form or fashion. However, I don't think that it should be allowed to be implemented on the main chain via a soft fork. It should be, like an addition or implementation of additional features to, like, the Lightning Network or some additional functional layer. I'm not any sort of programmer or technologist whatsoever. I'm trying to do my best to explain how I understand it as a layman. just looking at it from a product management standpoint. If it, I don't, because I like, look at it like this. If you had one Bitcoin, and you essentially believe that in the future, that the world will be divided into 21 million parts in terms of value and assets, transactions, and that sort of thing. So if you held one Bitcoin and you had 1/21 millionth of the entire value on the face of the planet, would you want something implemented quickly, or somebody that's trying to push something through on the hard bearer instrument asset Bitcoin main chain, to try and add functionality to it? My answer would be no. No. If I held one Bitcoin and somebody was trying to get me to add functionality to the main chain and say it'll do this and it's really great, which it looks perfectly fine. It looks awesome. And more support to the guy. But that being said, with the quickness that it's trying to be pushed through, I think let's give it a couple years. Like, we can wait. We can certainly wait. And it could be implemented on other layers on top of Bitcoin instead of directly on the main chain. When dealing with the main chain, we need to be very, very, very conservative. We need to take our time. We need to test things extremely thoroughly and not rush ourselves into what we think is a cool idea in the moment. I can see applications for 119. I like it. Batch payments and time delay in paying people, and if you had like a trust of and family members that were to be paid out if somebody were to pass away, then you could pay them over time, with this protocol. And that's just one example. Like, there's many examples of use cases of actually using 119. I like it. I'm not going to say that I don't. That being said, I don't think it should be on the main chain, and I think that it should be on an additional layer or some additional functionality, or maybe even a layer 3, some sort of product that Coinbase or Binance or whomever other, or Strike would offer. Time delay in payments is not certainly a difficult thing for them to implement. I don't think it needs to be in the Bitcoin main chain itself. I think it really comes down to that. It's like, we don't need to add additional functionality to the main chain itself. Like, we can build layers on top, and if something happens to that layer, the Bitcoin itself is perfectly fine. Even if this 119 is, reverse compatible, and it, I forget the guy's name. I swear I looked it up like 3 times. This dude right here, even if he says it's backwards compatible, 1,000 different ways, and it'll work no matter what, great. Let's take our time. Let's wait and test it out for a long period of time. Let's not rush into anything. And, the Bitcoin being like the new gold, digital gold 2.0, it's just take our time with it. We have the rest of our lives to deal with this sort of stuff. So there's no reason to rush into it. That's all I got to say. So I hope you liked the video. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you next time.